This is a love reading for anyone who is currently in separation, where the bond feels incredibly strong and something that you cannot break free from. So it looked like in the past there has been somebody either watching you because they were afraid to approach you, or because you've broken up and they're keeping an eye on you. The issue between you guys seems to be that they really lack faith in themselves, mainly in their ability to join with you and create the kind of relationship that you deserve. They were coming apart, and whether or not you are aware of that, that is the sort of doubt and fear that has been holding them back. They have been in a very toxic place, blinded by their own maybe passions or addictions or something of that nature. They have been sort of maybe a bit swayed by other people, or overly worried about what people might think of them. Seeing themselves through the lens of other people is just always, well, it can be very destructive to see yourself through other people's eyes, because you then perform, in ways you think people expect you to perform, and it's not genuine. So they are breaking free from all of this right now, or they have been over the past while. So there has been progress here, there has been growth. We see here that this does feel like a very strong connection, maybe a twin flame connection if you follow that narrative of twin flame. But there are still some differences there, family tree, so cultural differences, maybe there's some geographical distances, there are some obstacles here that seem to be making you appear quite different to each other. But really, this love is so deep, it has not been shaken off. It is still around for both of you, and maybe has both of you wondering what the hell is going on. But they are now having a lot of wake-up calls here, a lot of tower moments, a lot of realizations. And it feels to me like they're realizing a lot about themselves and this growth it is, and then how you fit into this. It is all part of it. This expansion that they are undergoing, these new realizations that are opening them up to more possibilities, and the possibility to come round back to you. And that's because you are showing up here with a choice to make. How do I want my life to look? Is this person a part of it, or are they not? And there is a real death and rebirth here. Oh, you may have, I'm getting it now. You actually had to have a choice. Do I wait around? Do I cling on to this and I hold this relationship dear to me forever, even though there's nothing happening in the 3D reality that I'm living in? I think you decided to let it go and move on, and cultivate your singlehood. Like, really explore your own self now, your own growth, your own self-worth. That's what you've been doing, and you are now ready for your next adventure, and you're ready to see where life takes you. Okay, so what is, I'm hearing yes, okay, because I was a bit confused by these cards. Okay, so what is coming ahead for you? Now that you've got all this, you've got this sort of twin flame or deep soulmate relationship that has not gone anywhere, still in the background, because I did get to pull 9 cards for that, and that is a lot of cards. So it just goes to show you it was a very formative part of your development. Is it coming back? Is this what we want to know? You've broken free. So that's the good news. You just may have realized you've set off on your new adventure of full self-contained singleness, without a part of you leaving the door open. Okay, well, this might be a bit counterproductive then, but what do we need to know about this moving on alone? Well, one way or another, you are going to get a bunch of different opportunities, more than one, of people to collaborate with. And you get to sort of work with each of them and see which one sort of suits you the best. You are here as the Queen of Cups, so you are going to be receiving love. So that is a given. And it will end in you choosing which person to make a relationship with out of these 3. Now, whether or not one of these 3 is from your past, that remains to be seen, but it could well be. But because you have 3 here, you get to sort of workshop. This is kind of workshopping things out as a group. So you kind of get to date different people and just try different flavors and see see what it would be like to be with this person or create a life with that person, and so on. So that seems to be, there is love ahead for you. This is, I'll just cut to the chase. So what is the advice here? So we've got Mercury here in the second house. So the key word is resistance on this astrology card, but Mercury is all about talking and communicating. And the second house is, what do we value? What do I value? So it is a matter of communicating your values to somebody and listening to them about theirs and finding a good match in terms of values. And the next card out, hilarious, same thing really, negotiation. Jupiter expanding your 7th house of relationships. Jupiter can bring too much of a good thing, hence maybe 3 people who are options for relationships with you. But that is all about expanding your understanding of yourself by relating to others. Now we got Jupiter in the 10th house. Jupiter in the 10th house, a Capricorn house of control. Jupiter is expansive. And the 10th house is all about how other people view you, your ego in the world, or your reputation in the world, your standing in the world. It's your fame point. Back in the olden days, if you were a woman, your 10th house of career was essentially the esteem of the man you married and therefore got to associate with. You got the reflected esteem from your husband. So that's the kind of flavor of the 10th house, and Jupiter is expanding that. So that is a fame point, or it is just really power couple. I'm hearing power couple. So that's kind of that vibe. So there is a lot of exploration for you to do, a lot of collaborating, building a few different people or a few different energies to bounce off, and just to see which one makes you feel the most fulfilled, and which one matches your values the closest. So obviously, if you'd like a personal reading to help you decode your choices and to look at maybe the twin flame or that deep soulmate energy that is still kind of in the distance, go to my website, abundancelovejoy.com. I would love to do a reading for you. Otherwise, this is Sarah wishing you much abundance, love, and joy.